What is up, everybody? It is I, Ronin, and today I'm coming at you with a learning how to play for the new archetype Plunder Patrol. So, if you don't know what Plunder Patrol are, they are a group of level 4 water fiends. They're like sort of pirate fiend, which is awesome because for some reason we got like World War II battle trains before pirates, but that's besides the point. They're here now, and they're pretty cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it with the main deck. So our monster lineup, we have 4 Whitebeard, the Plunder Patrol Helm, 4 Goblinberg, 4 Redbeard, the Plunder Patrol Matey, 4 Bluebeard, the Plunder Patrol Shipwright, 3 Goldenhair, the newest Plunder Patrol, and 3 Ash Blossom. As far as our spell line goes, we have 1 Plunder Patrol Ship Shape Ship Shipping, 3 Pot of Extravagance, 1 Terraforming, 3 Called by the Grave, 3 Emblem of the Plunder Patrol, 3 Plunder Patrol Shipyard, and then our traps we have 3 Infinite Impermanence, 3 Plunder Patrol Party, and 1 Pride of the Plunder Patrol, and 1 Plunder Patrol Booty. Our extra deck and stuff is later. Hey! That's something to look at later. Yeah, I ship things. Shut up. Yeah, so what you kind of want to do with this deck is you want to try to make the ships, and the easiest way to go about that is with Blackbeard, the Plunder Patrol Captain. So let's go over it now, because it is a pretty important card. So Link 2 requires 2 monsters, including a Plunder Patrol. And as a quick effect, it lets you target a effect monster you control to special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck, i.e. one of your ships. And then you can equip the monster that you targeted to that special summon monster, and then you get to draw a card. This is relevant because all the ships have disruption type effects that you can use by discarding Plunder Patrol cards. And they are quick effects so long as a monster is equipped to them. Morik, the Xyz, lets you banish monsters, and then you add a spell trap from your deck to your hand as Plunder Patrol. Bran lets you get rid of spell traps, and then you can add a monster to your hand. And Lease is just a monster effect negation that lets you add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. All of these are hard once per turns. So yeah, the real question is, how are you getting to your Blackbeard? Or you can technically also do it by just hard making some of these. But hopefully you won't have to do that. The most viable option you would have in that regard is Bran, so keep that in mind. I guess you could also hard make Lease with the fusion spell, but we mostly use that for its graveyard effect. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about making your Xyz monsters. So, or I guess ships, sorry, not Xyz monsters. So first we're gonna go over Whitebeard because he is a essential part if you're going down the Blackbeard route. So, him and Redbeard both have a effect in common that says that during the opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck with the same attribute as a monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. And if you do, you equip this card control to it, so they can basically set up these monsters themselves if they need to. However, beyond that, they both have effects when they are sent from the hand or monster zone to the graveyard. Whitebeard lets you special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from your deck except itself, but you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Plunder Patrol. Matey equips onto a viable Plunder Patrol target. So, yeah, they both have their uses here. They are the only ones that have the quick effect special summon a Plunder Patrol from the extra deck, so watch for that. But of these two, Whitebeard is definitely the better one because if you get it and a special summon, which you know you have 2 of, which is pretty good, you're able to make Blackbeard, and then you can just summon a monster from deck to set up a Mork, Bran, or Lease for your next turn, or that turn even, if you want to. But yeah, no, it's Whitebeard's pretty good. Redbeard just went over the effect, so that makes sense. Goblinberg helps with consistency because you pretty much as possible just want to get 2 Plunder Patrol monsters on board because Blackbeard can target itself with its effect, so you can make the Plunder Patrol ships that way as well. Beyond that, though, we just have our special summons, which is Bluebeard, the Plunder Patrol shipwright, and Goldenhair, the newest Plunder Patrol. Bluebeard is pretty simple. If you control a Plunder Patrol monster besides itself, you can special summon it from your hand. That's all there is to it. And when it's sent from hand or field to graveyard, you can drop a card, draw a card. Pretty simple, not much to go over. It's another monster you can put on board, so yay. Then we have Goldenhair, which can special summon itself by sending one other Plunder Patrol monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. And if it's in your graveyard, you can discard a card to special summon it, but it cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Plunder Patrols, as a hard once per turn. So it's good recursion. It can proc several graveyard effects, which is pretty neat. And yeah, that's basically the monster lineup. Like I said, you ideally will open up with Whitebeard and a special summonable monster, or Goblinberg, so you could special summon Whitebeard from your hand with it. And yeah, that's pretty much the monster lineup. Ash Blossom, obviously, you Ash things. Now let's go over the spell and trap lineup. So we'll start with the Plunder Patrol cards, starting with our one of Plunder Patrol Shipping. It's the fusion spell. It lets you summon, well, Bran, because it's a fiend. Using monsters from your hand or field, fusion material, pretty standard. But we use it for the graveyard effect. You can banish it from your graveyard to target a Plunder Patrol monster you control, and equip a emblem of the Plunder Patrol, or a Plunder Patrol monster from your deck to that target. It is a hard once per turn, so yeah, it's pretty solid. All you have to do is get it in your graveyard. You can send it off of Shipyard, or Bluebeard, or Goldenhair, or really lots of ways to get it there. So it's a good way to set up your ships with their quick effects, as well as get to Emblem of the Plunder Patrol, which is pretty good. But speaking of Emblem of the Plunder Patrol, let's go over it. So it's a equip spell. It can only equip to a Plunder Patrol monster, giving it 500 attack. Also makes it so your opponent can't target with card effects. And by sending this equipped card to the grave, you special summon a Plunder Patrol from the extra deck with the same attribute as a monster on the field or in the grave. Then take a monster that is equipped with this card and equip it to that special summon monster as an equipped spell, making it so the equipped monster gains 500 attack points. So you could run this at 2. I prefer it at free though, just because it is a great consistency booster. If you just open with like a single Plunder Patrol monster, you can use this in order to get something on the field and ready to go. So I don't know, it's not bad. The attack boost it's nice that it's there, but it's not strictly necessary, but it's okay. Now we have our field spell, Plunder Patrol Shipyard. It makes it so that Plunder Patrol monsters gain 500 attack for each Plunder Patrol card in the spell and trap zone. And its other effects you can only use once per turn. So it lets you discard a card to add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand, except itself. And if this card's in the grave, you can target a Plunder Patrol card in your spell and trap zone, set it, and if you do, return this to the hand. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's a consistency booster. It makes everything technically searchable. Probably more reason to be running Emblem at 2, but oh well. It is searchable by terraforming, obviously, which is pretty great. So yeah, no, it's just great consistency boosting. Now for the rest of our spells, Pot of Extravagance, we run everything at free, so we're not super worried about it, but you really need to draw into Plunder Patrol monsters, so do that as much as you can. Called by the Grave, obviously hand traps are scary, so yeah. Went over terraforming, so yeah, this is spell lineup. Now for our trap lineup, and permanents, it's another hand trap. That's all there is to it. Now, Plunder Patrol Party is fun one. So it's a trap that can be activated if you control a Plunder Patrol monster, and it lets you draw cards equal to the number of equipped cards you control plus 1, and then you shuffle the cards from your hand to your deck equal to the number of equipped cards you control. It is a hard once per turn, and if you special summon Plunder Patrol monsters from your extra deck while this is in the grave, you can equip it to that special summon monster, and it has the effect of giving that monster 500 attack. So its draw power, it's decent. The shuffling things back into your hand is not great, but it makes up for it with the graveyard effect, which again, very easy to sort of set up for yourself. Lastly, though, we have our two traps, Pride of the Plunder Patrol and Plunder Patrol Booty. Let's go over Pride of the Plunder Patrol first. This is a continuous trap that says, if your Plunder Patrol monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get to draw a card. And if you control a Plunder Patrol monster, you can send this face-up card from your field to the grave to activate one of these effects. Your opponent draws a card, then you look at their hand and send one monster from it to the graveyard, or you look at your opponent's extra deck and send one monster from it to the graveyard. It is a hard once per turn. The extra deck effect is obviously much better. But no, it's more draw power, which is always nice. You really need to keep up hand advantage with this deck to have your ship's disruptions and negations go off. So any way to draw cards is good, and it's worth running at 1 for that extra deck hate. Now we have Plunder Patrol Booty, another continuous trap that lets you declare one attribute, then target a monster on your opponent controls, and it becomes that attribute till the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Then you can take a Plunder Patrol monster from your graveyard and shuffle it into the deck, or special it. It is a hard once per turn, and once per turn during the end phase, this pops itself if you control no Plunder Patrol monster. So again, fairly good one-off. It's good for the whole attribute thing that some of the Plunder Patrol monsters require, as well as recursion and recovery. So yeah, no, it's not bad. It unfortunately does not have a graveyard effect, but that makes it a much more convincing one-of. Whereas Plunder Patrol Pride, its effect just was not good enough. But yeah, so that's the deck. Let's make sure I didn't forget anything. Let's see. Bran is just a spell trap banish. Moark can also protect Plunder Patrol monsters by detaching material from itself. And Lise has the ability to special summon Plunder Patrol monsters from the spell and trap zone. So that's the last of the deck. Now for the side deck, it's pretty basic stuff. Free Nibiru because special summoning hurts. Free Gamstil for our Kaiju because sometimes you just want to drop an Angry Turtle on it. Free Lightning Storm for going second to Twin Twisters in case we really want to go second. Free Storming Mirror Force in case we ever feel insecure and want to go first-ish. And one red reboot in case we are in a spell trap heavy matchup. So yeah, now that is the deck. If you are new here, I just go over a couple replays. I show you the combos and such, what I liked, what I didn't like, so on and so forth. But yeah, all that being said, I will see you all in the first replay. Alright, going to the first replay with Bwop. We are tab as usual, and this is not a bad hand. We have our Whitebeard, we have some draws, we have a way to set up our Whitebeard, negates if needed. We're going first. It's pretty good. We are playing against Red Dragon Resonator things, so that should be good. But yeah, let's go and get right into it. So we'll start by activating the Pot of Extravagance, banishing some, getting basically everything we need. Didn't really banish anything too important, so that's all good. We activate the Shipyard. We're going to go ahead and summon our Whitebeard, then we're able to special summon Shipwright because of it. We're going to make the Plunder Patrol Captain, which with Whitebeard's effect is going to let us summon our Golden Hair from deck. From there, we are going to discard a impermanence for another Golden Hair, which we will go ahead and special summon by dropping the matey. Then with matey, we're going to go ahead and equip something. Summon a Mawark for a little bit of self-protection, as well as set up with the captain, setting our impermanence, ending our turn. I probably overextended there a good bit, honestly. I feel like... No, I definitely overextended there, but the Mawark isn't bad for the sake of protection, and we will at least be getting a draw if we use Blackbeard's effect, so it's okay, I guess. And we do have a negate with the infinite impermanence. However, it is our opponent's turn. He's going to go ahead and use Crimson Resonator, which lets it special summon itself. And then he's going to summon Red Resonator to special summon another monster from his hand. The Red Sprinter, which will let him summon another monster from his hand. We're going to go ahead and use Blackbeard's effect, targeting itself. Summoning Bran from the deck and equipping the Blackbeard. So unfortunately we did not draw into another Plunder Patrol card, so no disruption there. However, our opponent's going to go ahead and make the Red Rising Dragon, which we're going to negate because Red Dragons are lost without Red Rising Dragon. So we negate it, which is fine. I guess our impermanence just didn't work because it was in this column. Okay. Yeah, but Red Rising Dragon is going to go ahead and get the Crimson Resonator back out. And he's going to make Scarlight, use Scarlight effect to try to pop everything. We just attach one from Mawark, and we are good. However, he's going to go ahead and summon the Creation Resonator. We are just going to attach another material to avoid destruction. Then when it's back to us, we're going to draw. We did get the Plunder Patrol party, which thankfully we are able to use Bran's effect to just discard it, pop the back row, which is going to go ahead and activate the impermanence, which is fine. We use Shipyard to go ahead and get Plunder Patrol shipping, which is going to be helpful for later. Because we are able to send it to the graveyard with Mawark to go ahead and get rid of that monster, so we're able to attack over everything, getting a search for the Plunder Patrol Pride. From there, we're switching to attack mode, going for attacks, and at that point, our opponent just surrendered. And outside of the overextension on first turn, which was probably fine because we did have the Blackbeard for setup, as well as the Mawark protecting ourselves. That's basically what the deck does. It ideally goes first, makes Blackbeard, and then you are able to just kind of summon your ships for proper disruption. But next game, we'll see the deck not doing so well, and I'll see you all there. Alright, on to the second and final replay with Player. He is playing Atlantean Dinos, so I mean, I guess that's good. And we have not opened very well. We don't really have a way to make plays here, as you can see. But let's go and get right into it. So our opponent will be going first. Thankfully, we do have ways to stall a little bit, like negating the Overraptor. Which, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's the best. We unfortunately still don't really have ways to deal with much. We can just kind of continue to stall, really, with Ash and a Called. So he's not going to be able to attack over Ash Blossom. Still not much we can do here. We did get access to the Shipyard, which is good. We searched Matey because we want to be able to equip onto Blackbeard for that sick attack point gain. And then we're going to go ahead and Mawark, get rid of something, activate Emblem of the Plunder Patrol for some more attack, to be able to attack over the Neft Abyss. We still have an Ash in hand, thankfully, so it's not bad. We are going to activate Plunder Patrol Party to get some draws here. Just keeping the Ashes. Hopefully he thinks that one of these is a Plunder Patrol thing. One of them could have been a Plunder Patrol thing, but that's our bad. So we are going to go ahead and Ash the Dragoons, which is pretty good. Fossil Dig, he's going to get the Miscellaneousaurus, at which point he gets the Jewel Argos thing to go ahead and bring out the Superconductor. which he is able to attack over our stuff and just start dealing some big damage. We are going to use Shipyard to go ahead and get Helm for the standby fate for the quick effect and standby. Unfortunately, man drew another play starter, so we had to use our Ash Blossom here, which did let him chain his Conductor Tyranna, which makes it so we can't use our effect because it's face down now. Well, no, actually we could use our effect. Sorry, I forgot about that. However, then so with special summon, so we are able to get a little more attack onto our boy. Lease is chunk blocks. We take another hit. We draw again. The booty, I guess. Summon our Helm one more time, and hopefully it works out. He is going to go ahead and battle phase. We get quick effect into our Lease, and he gets the burn and just attack directly. So, you kind of need your monsters immediately with this deck. If you don't have them, then there's just no way for you to really make a play, because if your opponent gets set up before you do, you just kind of lose. There's no other way to really say it. This actually a big reason I run like Pot of Extravagance and stuff, because you just absolutely need the draw power, and there aren't a whole lot of Plunder Patrol monsters. But yeah, that's the deck. It's cool. It sets up disruptions and negates fairly consistently. I do like that about it. It's pretty simple to run, very, very consistent. The issue is it only ever really sets up one negate or disruption, and it does have a bit of a struggle breaking boards. It can sort of slow break boards. It's not, I mean, it is banishing removal, so it's not bad. It's just, I don't know. I wish there was a way to make more plays with it, I guess. And there are ways if you just open, like, a bunch of monsters, but again, there aren't a whole lot of Plunder Patrol monsters, so you have to take that in consideration. But, yeah, let me know what you think of the deck, any ways I could improve the build, or my play, or anything in general, any, decks you might want me to play in the future, or anything of that nature. And, yeah, like if you liked, comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want some more. This has been Ronin, signing off.